All right. Now, I'm not sure you guys, I'm not sure how many people actually know about the shadow work journal. I don't know how many people have actually tried to do the work, but I think the shadow work journal is worth a try. Now, like I said, these are just simply reviews that I'm going to be going over. All right, and I think that is worth. Why is my screen so dark? And I think that is worth. Let me turn this on. Turn this other light on. I think that is worth the investment. All right. So first thing first, I think that we need to make a commitment and solemnly swear that we're only going to do good to ourselves. Right. 2025 is coming in. If we're finding ourselves that we're not in a place that we really want to be, then this is a time that we need to really take some self-reflection. So every day, if y'all go ahead and join me, I'm going to be taking steps to doing this shadow work journal. And I want you to go ahead and join me on this trial. All right. And the first thing that we're gonna do, thank you for using my product. Number one is a commitment. All right. And what I love about this is that this is a moment that we get to self-reflect. Even if you don't think you need to self-reflect, because see me, I'm so vain, I'm never wrong. All right. But God is really putting it on my heart that you're not right all the time. Toya, you need to self-reflect. Okay. And I'm willing to do so. And in doing so, I'm going to do this shadow work journal. So if you have your pen and paper, you can go ahead and tap the screen. We're going to go through the first process. Now, the first thing is that right now today, what's today? 11/26/24. 11. I look like Whoopi Goldberg, really? Thank you. Thank you. 11/26/24. I do solemnly swear that on this day, I commit to my personal growth and acceptance. Okay, so I'm committed to do everything I need to do to grow. And I am accepting myself for who I am. Skinny, tall, fat, funny looking, not funny looking, looking like Whoopi Goldberg, not looking like Whoopi Goldberg. I need to come to acceptance that me and however I am is enough. So you, however you are, you enough. It doesn't make a difference what's going on with you. You can have no arms, no legs, no teeth, no mouth, no eyes, no nothing. You are enough, and you have to be able to accept who you are and be dedicated to your personal growth. Because regardless of who you are, what you may look like, how you may feel, it's still all about survival. It's still all about being comfortable. So regardless of what you've been through, what you look like, what you got going on, you still have to dedicate to your personal growth. And this is the day that we're going to make a commitment to our personal growth and accept ourselves for who we are. All right. Now, we are going to promise every day. We're going to commit to spending 30 minutes a day from 10:30 to 11 to fill out this journal. We're going to have an open heart and good intentions. Now, because we're doing it live, you don't have to tell me, but be honest with yourself when you get ready to write these in your journal. Be honest with yourself when you really get to reflect on yourself. Be honest enough with yourself to invest in yourself. Go buy you a book. You read everybody else's book. Go buy you 2 books. One book, we're going to be dedicated to doing a shadow work journal, or you can go ahead, click on my link, and we can do the shadow work journal together, or you can just grab your piece of paper and we'll do it again. And we're going to dedicate this to ourselves. All right. Real time. One of the samples from the TikTok shop. All right. So you're going to fill out this journal, and we're going to do this every day with an open heart and good intentions. We are going to acknowledge that we are both pure and wounded parts of our beings, and we will choose to embrace and nurture the both. All right, so we're not going to give in to our wounds, but we're going to nurture. We're going to acknowledge them. Is today the first day? Today is the first day. Yes, thank you for joining me. Today is the first day, so you can go ahead and grab your pens and papers. You're not late, and I'm going to do this again later on tonight. All right, because I feel like a bunch of us need this. I know I need it. I need to self-reflect, because I'm hard-headed and stubborn and vain, and I don't listen. And God has been getting on me, and I don't want him to get. I don't want God to get on me no more. So I'm going to do this shadow work journal. All right. So last, I'm going to look forward to unveiling my shadow and bringing more light into this world through my personal journey and self-reflection and healing. All right. So between now and January, we are going to do this every day. He's been on you too. Yeah, honey, I'm having no problems with the Lord. So he's calling me to self-reflect. Okay. The only one that can do something with me. Thank you so much for the love. The only one that can do something with me is God. Okay, because I'm so hard-headed, and my daddy raised me, right? My daddy raised me not to listen to other people, right? And I just don't listen. Okay. So, but God has been working on me, so I do listen to God. All right, he got his point across. And his point was I need to self-reflect on some things. And I'm cool with that. So join a journey with me. That's what we're gonna do. And if you wrote this down, I'm gonna do it one more time. You don't like discipline, that's the devil playing tricks with you. We're gonna learn discipline together. We're gonna write this down. I declare on this day, I vow on this day to commit to my personal growth and acceptance. I promise to fill this journal out and go through the steps daily with open hearts and good intentions. Okay. I acknowledge that there are both pure and wounded parts of my being. And I will embrace the hurt that I've been through, as well as the good that I've been through. And I look forward to unveiling my shadows and bringing more light into this world through my personal journey and self-reflection. Now, the reason why we written this down is because we want to make sure that we declare it. Your paycheck written down, isn't it? A person can say they're going to pay you all they want to, but until it come in their writing, you're not dedicated to nothing. So we're going to write that down. We're going to commit today. We're going to write that down today. We're going to commit from this day forward. I know I need it. All right. Now we're going to sign and date it. This is a promise to ourselves. Now, if you walk around here making promises to everybody else and you can't keep this promise to yourself, that's a problem. That's problem number one. Okay. Today is 11/26. If you've noticed 11/24/24, you missed it. Okay, I'm going to go over it again. Stay tuned, baby. I got you. 11/24/24, which was Sunday. All right. It was another threshold and another portal for yokes to be broken. Okay. So if you've been feeling bogged down, you've been feeling stressed out before Sunday, all right, there was been a shift in the energy, and you should feel like yokes have been broken as of today. Okay. But we're going to go through this. We're going to write down right now. And if you're ready, grab your pens and papers or even record it. We're going to do our pledge. Okay. Because we finna take the world by storm. All right. All the hurt, all the pain, all the beauty and ashes. Right. There's no more just sitting down waiting for anything to drop out the sky. We're going to take it. Okay. We're going to take back our destinies. We're going to do what we need to do to see our futures. All right. So you got your pen and paper. You ready for the pledge? You're going to write your name in the place. You don't have to write your name. Just put, I vow on this day. I vow on this day to commit to my personal growth. Do you vow on this day to commit to your personal growth and acceptance of who you are, regardless of who you are? And what that entails means going in the bathroom, looking in the mirror, being happy with yourself. Go in the bathroom, take all your clothes off, stand there, look in the mirror, and say, you so handsome, you so beautiful, you so sexy, and whatever happened to you, it wasn't your fault. Whatever they did to you, it wasn't right. It was dysfunctional, and I forgive myself. I forgive me. I forgive them. That's what self-reflection is. And acknowledging the way that they did it, it wasn't right. All right? So the first thing we are going to vow to ourselves is a commitment to our personal growth and acceptance. So we're going to commit to getting up every day and being dedicated to what we want out of life. Okay? If there's something you want to learn, you need to get up and be dedicated to learn it. Don't wait for nobody to come grab your hand. Don't wait for nobody to come tell you. Don't wait for nobody to come ask you. It is up to us to take personal responsibility on what we want out of life. All right? So if there's something you want to do, let's get to doing it. So the first sentence is, I vow on this day to commit to my personal growth and acceptance. All right. This is the first sentence we're writing down. This is the declaration that from this day forward, we're not playing with nobody. We coming, we taking our destiny. We not asking, we throwing bows. We don't got no time to be playing. Ain't no more letting us get hurt. Ain't no more pulling the wool over our eyes. Ain't no more none of that. We are dedicated to reaching our destiny, and ain't nobody stopping us. So the first line we're going to write down is, I vow on this day to commit to my personal growth and acceptance. All right. I vow on this day to commit to my personal growth and acceptance. All right. And I need to go ahead and record this while I'm doing it. I need to get a camera, y'all, because, bruh, just saying, this can be a lot sometimes, but I'm going to do it. Oh, wait, let me go ahead and save you, sir, because you're my guy. All right. So let me go ahead, because I need to record this as I go. All right, so let's try it again. Nope. I don't even want you doing that. Oh. All right. So let me go ahead. I'm going to record this over. Hey, you guys, thank you for joining me. And I want to take y'all through the steps of the Shadow Work Journal. And if you like, you can join me every day from 10:30 to 11 on my channel as we take the steps through the Shadow Work Journal. And we'll see where we're going to wind up between now and January. What do you have to lose? Nothing. So grab a pen and paper, and this is the first thing I want you to write down. I vow on this day to commit to my personal growth and acceptance. Okay, that should be the first line on your paper. I vow on this day to commit to my personal growth and acceptance. That simply means you're willing to do anything and everything that it takes to build you in a positive way, of course. Whether it's take classes, whether it's exercise, whether it's study more. There are things that you have to do to develop who you are. And once you do that, accept who you are. Whether you're skinny, tall, small, fat, it doesn't matter. You are perfectly created. And whatever it is you want out of life, there are steps you can take to get there. All right. So the second line, guys, the second line is, I promise to take this journey with an open heart and good intentions. All right. I promise to take this journey with an open heart and good intentions. Second thing, promise to take this journey with an open heart and good intentions. Now, an open heart and good intentions simply means that you're not going to be closed off. You're not going to be closed-minded. You're not going to be walking around acting like, you're untouchable, not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to identify things with yourself. Because we are doing this online, you don't have to say anything. You need to acknowledge these things in your mind and your heart, and you're going to be okay. All right. Now, since we want to make sure that we do this with a good heart and good intentions, then that means keep your heart clean. Clear your heart out. Don't have any grudges. Don't have any doubts or fears. Go ahead and understand that you want to move forward for the better, and make sure that your intentions do the same. And if you find yourself in a situation, which it can happen, to where you're getting ready to go into a negative behavior or a negative direction, you need to immediately remove yourself from the situation. Stop and think clearly, because I promise you that vision is not going to be worth it. All right. So now the next thing is, the second one was, the third line is, I acknowledge that there are both pure and wounded parts to my being. Okay. Third thing, I acknowledge that there are both pure and wounded parts to my being, and I choose to embrace and nurture them both. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, because basically this is negative and positive. Some people like to say, that Satan comes into in a form of you where it's negative and positive. And that's where this is coming from. We have to understand that we're good and we have bad. And we have to be able to understand that we have both and acknowledge the both. One more time on the third one. Okay, I got you. Acknowledge the both. All right. So the third one again was I acknowledge that there are both pure and wounded parts to my being, and I choose to embrace and nurture both. Okay. That's number 3. I acknowledge that there are both pure and wounded parts of my being, and I choose to embrace and nurture both. All right. Now, when it comes to making sure you embrace your good and your bad, that does not mean continue to do bad, right? We all know that good actions create good results. Bad actions, 9 times out of 10, are going to create bad results. All right. So if you find yourself in a situation to where you feel like you're all bad, right? Maybe you don't know anybody better. Maybe that's the way you were raised and that's all you know. Okay. Well, once you acknowledge the fact that there's probably not a positive direction, this is where you stop, regroup, and you're probably going to have to remove yourself from old places, people, and things. All right. This is going to be a tough journey if you're on a side or in a predicament to where you feel like, you know, you haven't exactly been raised in the most positive light. Well, regardless of that, you can be the curse breaker. Okay. You can be the legacy changer. All right. You can change generations from your point on if you stop and acknowledge the fact that the things that you're doing, they're dysfunctional. They're not healthy. They're not positive. And that's not the light that you want to set forth for your generation. So when you find yourself embracing both the good and the bad in you, the goal is to embrace the bad enough to where you can soften it and embrace that bad to be power to turn it into good. Because as long as you continue to operate in negative power, you're going to continue to get negative energy, which is not going to be good for any of us. Okay. So, and then I'm going to go through it one more time, you guys. Okay. That was the third one. And now the last one is I look forward to unveiling my shadows and bringing more light into this world through my personal journey and self-reflection and healing. Okay. And I'm going to do that one time again. Number 4, I look forward to unveiling my shadows and bringing more light into this world through my personal journey of self-reflection and healing. All right. And basically what that means is you're not alone. You're probably not the only one going through what you're going through. And if you come out and talk about it, if you're transparent, if you take a moment to be vulnerable, then you'll be surprised who you can help, right? You'll be surprised how you can help, right? You'll be surprised how it helps you because you've been man or woman enough to bring this thing to the forefront. And again, when people pray for you, yokes can be broken. So don't be scared. The only way to move into the next level is to shed a coating of your old self, right? Think of a cocoon in a butterfly, right? When that butterfly gets in that cocoon, it's in there, it's forming, it's growing, and I'm quite sure it's painful. But when it busts out of that cocoon, it's turning into this beautiful butterfly. So even though right now things may be ugly, things that have been done may be ugly, things you may do may be ugly, but at the end of the day, if you're willing to go through your cocoon, then when you come out, you're going to be a beautiful butterfly in the long run. Okay. What's this? Sway, this is, we're making a commitment to be better for next year. And we are making a declaration of intent to ourselves. All right. So I'm going to start from the top. The world through my personal journey of self-reflection and healing. All right. And I'm going to do these again. This is a promise that we're making to ourselves again. All right. Number 1 is I vow on this day to commit to my personal growth and acceptance. That's number 1. All right. Number 2 is I promise to fill this journey out with an open heart and good intentions. All right. Number 3 is I acknowledge that there are both pure and wounded parts to my being, and I choose to embrace and nurture both. Okay. Number 4 is I look forward to unveiling my shadows and bringing more light into this world through my personal journey of self-reflection and healing. Okay. All right. And that's the personal commitment that we're going to take today. All right. So you guys can join in with me every day between 10:30 and 11 and go through this declaration. And every day we are going to take more steps. All right, you guys. So that was number 4 for the day. Every day, you guys can check in with me so we can take these declarations a step further. Every day, we're going to have a new task and we're going to fill out a new page and dedicate to the commitment of ourselves. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you follow me on all social media as we go through this journal on a daily basis. And if there's any tips that you need when it comes to starting your own business or growing a TikTok shop, feel free to reach out. And in the meantime, make sure you go follow me on all social media. And until tomorrow at 10:30, we're going to be doing more of this shadow work journal. So make sure you follow me. So I hope you enjoyed this commitment. I hope you guys are willing to develop and do everything we can to move ourselves forward to our destinies. And until next time, I will see you again. And you can follow me on all social media at Toya with the T, TOYA WITDATEA. Until then, bye. Hey, you guys, thank you for joining me. And I want to take y'all through steps of the show. All right, I got to edit that. All righty. So we have our commitment, guys. All right, so this is day number 1. I'm going to run this thing one more time from the top, and then we're going to move into our next subject. So like I said, today we need to focus on a declaration of intent. And if you want to take this journey with me, feel free. You can go ahead and grab you a pen and paper, and we're going to go through the steps. If you want to go ahead and make a purchase, feel free to go ahead and go to my cart. You can go ahead and make this purchase. If not, you can take this journey with me daily, okay? So go ahead and grab your pen and paper as we go to our intent, and we're going to repeat this to ourselves every day. All right. So for those of you just now joining in, you guys know that I'm going to go through all of everything that I do, my daily routine when it comes to maintaining my 47-year-old youth. This is me with no makeup because, I have to do the reviews. And right now we are actually working on the intent of declaration. All right. So this is our vow. We're going to do this every day. When you get done writing down this vow, you're going to sign and date it. All right. And our completion date is going to be 12/31/24. All right. So we're going to focus on this book every day between now and January. All right. And not only are we going to do this between now and January, I'm also going to be going to do the reviews. If there are any reviews that you guys are working or thinking of, then that's what I'm going to do. All right. So one page is about shadow work. All right. And then chapter 2 is shadow work exercises. Chapter 3 is shadow work journal and prompts. Chapter 4 is getting to the root. All right, which this is 130 pages. I think that we can have this knocked out by the first of the year. All right. So let's go with the intro. All right. Actually, we got 1 minute. So I'm not even going to go ahead and get there. I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap it up because I need to get into reviews. All right. So that's going to be our shadow work for today. So just work on the pledge. No, I'm not going to do that. That's the pledge, y'all. We got that. We're going to go ahead and keep moving, okay? Unless you learn to face your own shadows, you will continue to see them in others. Okay? Let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and put this in here since I'm doing it anyway, right? Ain't no need in playing with it. All right. Unless you learn to face your own shadows, you will continue to see them in others because the world outside of you is only a reflection of the world inside of you. Carl Jung. I think you should take that for the day. Meditate on that and come back on tomorrow and we're going to have a discussion. But like I said, stay tuned and see you tomorrow between 10:30 and 11. to make sure we take the steps that we need to make sure we remove our own selves out the shadows and make our way to our destiny. All right. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Bye. All right. Unless you learn to face your own shadows, you will continue to see them in others because the world outside of you is only a reflection of the world inside of you. Now, when I tell you, I got something to say about that. Okay, but hey, we're gonna keep on going. Hey, my love, thank you for joining my live. Thank you. Welcome to my live, y'all. All right. So, what is shadow work? All right. Shadow work is about revealing the unknown. The shadow is an unconscious aspect of your personality that the ego does not identify with. You may experience your shadow when you're triggered in social interactions, relationships, and episodes of anxiety and sadness. Okay. Thank you so much for the love. Welcome to my live, y'all. The unconscious mind contains repressed emotions from painful events, causing impulsive behaviors and unwanted patterns that form your dark side. Y'all know what that is. In short, the shadow is composed of the parts of yourself that you have forgotten, abandoned, and repressed in order to grow and fit in the mode of society. Think back to your childhood and recall the ways which you would express yourself only to be rejected. You may have been crying and told to stop. You may have been laughing uncontrollably in class and given a dirty glance from your teachers or peers. Okay, thank you for the lives. Thank you for the hearts and welcome to my live. All right. There are countless ways in which you may have been reprimanded for what they deemed as bad and praised for what is good, learning to adjust to your behavior accordingly. These repressed parts of yourself don't ever go away. They are stored and locked inside your unconscious mind. Shadow work is the process of revealing, accepting, and integrating these parts of yourself that have repressed and rejected. The techniques in the shadow work journal will allow you to dive into unconscious pockets of repressed emotion and transcend the negative effects they currently have on your well-being. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for joining me. Welcome to my live. The goal is to make the unconscious conscious so that you may work on them in self-reflection and acceptance. While anyone can do shadow work, a licensed mental health expert is a good option, especially for individuals who have experienced severe trauma or abuse. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you for liking my live. Thank you for the love. Thank you for joining my live. All right. Before beginning your shadow work, it is important that you set an intention and openly notice and question your own reactions. The shadow is apparent in strong emotion and dissatisfaction. Be sure to keep a mental log of these sensations to truly understand where patterns occur and the use of this journal as a tool or your journal as a tool to identify what is causing them. To get to the root pages are the excellent resource to track your shadows and their roots. Okay. So some of us, we're just not honest with ourselves. Thank you for the likes. We're just not honest with ourselves. All right. Some of us, if you're scared of rejection, you're scared of rejection. It is what it is. Right. If you don't do certain things, like for me, I was the kind of person to where certain things I'm not going to do because I don't like to fail. And if I don't think that I can do it, then I'm not going to do it. All right. No, the Lord just checked me about that the other day. He's like, Toya, you know what? You don't like pain. And I'm like, yeah, like, duh, no, I don't like pain. And he's like, yeah, but like certain things you won't even try because you think that it's going to be painful, whether it's pain from you losing, whether it's pain from you falling, whether it's pain from you not believing that you can achieve it. Certain things you have dipped and dodged from because you don't like pain, and not just in the physical sense. All right. So, I mean, I got to be real with that. That's so true. And in order to get to the root of it, we got to know where it comes from. Now, I'm not going to deep dive into it that much. I just want to go ahead. Every day, we're going to go ahead and do a page of it. All right. That was the promise. So if you guys are interested, you can go ahead, click it in my cart, and you too can go ahead and do that. And you too can go ahead and buy this, or you can join in with me every single day, and we're going to do it together, 10:30 to 11. All right. Now, I'm actually a little bit behind schedule. I should be talking about my reviews right now, but I did make sure that I wanted to do that shadow work journal. So thank you for joining me. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time.